A Brampton house caught on fire, and such sad news that 2 people have passed away and 1 is in critical condition. I'm here in the Brampton area by Wanless and McLaughlin, this residential area by Empire Homes. This actual project I was involved with in selling homes in this area. So to come and to see this is definitely tragic. But I'm going to show you footage of the home, and I also want to go into detail in how to keep your home safe. Of course, we spend so much time and money on our home and to make sure that our house is at home, right? But there's so many safety precautions and things that you must do to make sure that it's a peaceful home and there's no tragedies like this that happen. Here, many community members are here. We have the home. They actually taped up the home because they don't want no one to really go close by. But the whole house is on fire. I don't know what happened. As you see, all news reporters here. Such a tragic event that happened here. Good, Michael. How are you? Doing good, man. So sad, man.
Tragedy.
Do you know what happened, or?
Addo-Kessie here. Not much I can contribute to what's already been contributed on CP24 and whomever, but I just want to reiterate the importance of checking smoke alarms and ensuring that you and your family are safe. You never know what can happen, what can go wrong. So just be ready, be prepared, do whatever you can do. And if you don't know what to do, contact us at the City of Brampton, because we're happy to come by and explain to you everything that you need to do to check and make sure your CO2 and smoke alarms are working.
Yeah, so something like this, we have to prevent these kind of things, because this is something that is common. It does happen, and there could be so many reasons why this happened, right? And I want to make sure that you're aware and you're going around your home and you're looking. Number 1, your electrical. Make sure that your electrical is done properly. If you're doing any type of renovations, make sure that you have a licensed electrician that is working on your home. All right, because if there is any shortage or any type of spark that happens in the house, it could be causing a fire and you don't even realize that the fire was being caused. And number 2, make sure you check all your appliances, your stoves, and things in the house that can cause fire. Many people may be cooking and they fall asleep, or whatever the case may be, and then it may spark a small little fire, and then it could go on and expand from there. Number 3, for sure, make sure you are not smoking inside the house. All right, if you're smoking inside your house, then this is something that can happen. A cigarette could fall and a fire can start up. It could start sparking up, and it could grow into what you don't know. Right, and a lot of times these fires happen when the family's sleeping, when no one is aware that there's a fire that's going on. Right, so that's why it's so important for you to be aware of these things. Have your fire alarms, make sure that they're working. Make sure that you're testing all of your fire alarms, and there's a safety button on every fire alarm that you hold on and will start beeping off just to make sure that it's working. All right, these are such important things that many people overlook, or they don't put on their fire alarm. It's not turned on. This is not something that you take lightly. All of these things, if you go through these things, and these are daily checks, these are daily things that you do. Make sure every day you're going and you're looking and making sure that your house is safe before you sleep. All right, because something like this is so tragic, especially when there's dependents. They're not looking, they're not paying attention. They're just, living in their life and going to school and, waking up, sleeping and eating. They're not thinking about the safety precautions of their home. So you need to pay attention to all the safety precautions of your home. Make sure that your house is being taken care of, and most importantly, don't just hire cheap labor. If someone says, oh yeah, we'll give you a discount, I could do your electrical for you. Electrical, plumbing, do not play with. At least plumbing, is something where it could cause a lot of water damage, and there could be situations where you have to pay for it. But with electrical, this is a life hazard. All right, so electrical work, don't play around. Get a licensed electrician to make sure they do all of your electrical work, right? And from what I know is the people who lived here were renting the property, right? And with that being said, and their tenants, they may not know how the house was built. They may not know if everything was up to code, right? They were just renting the home. So as a homeowner, you got to make sure that your property is well taken care of. Your property is up to code. You know, if you're planning to rent your property, these are key things, because now for sure we see the police here. There's going to be a lot of investigations happening and wondering why did this happen. All right, and they're going to find out the root of what happened. You know, and you know, I'm hoping that it's not the cause of the homeowner. All right, so if you're watching this video, you know, really take it with a high demand, share it, send it to other people, let them see the tragic event that happened over here and prevent it. You know, they say prevention is the best cure, right? So make sure you prevent things like this happening. Also, I'm gonna put up a list of things as well, you know, for you to look, for you to check, to make sure that something like this never happens in your family. All the side of the house here is flamed up, all through the ceiling. See, look, even the ceilings are. I'm here to, you know, give you information about real estate, give you information about mortgages, but also give you information about life, and, you know, making sure that you keep safe, making sure that you get to live a long, vibrant life.
Comment or message house fire, and I'll send you my free safety guide.